Jazzy.
Namaste, beloved ones, and welcome to Shri and Kira Live. I am wisdom teacher, Shri Ramka.
And beaming you all of our love from here at the first pyramid of peace at the heart of the center of the world here in Ecuador. You also see our beautiful labyrinth. Welcome. I am Master Lady Kira Ra, and my beloved Shri and I today are so grateful for this special 20-minute premiere with you, and especially because bringing this into sacred consecration, this incredible moment on our planet, the one, the only, Scotta, Catamas, and Omashar are both here. Just let's bring them in because, my loves, what a beautiful way to start the Ascension Renaissance than in the energy of this law of instantaneous manifestation and form, and these two beautiful beings that are here saying yes to humanity. Thank you, beloveds, for being here. We are so honored for you to open.
Thank you. From Ecuador to Sedona, where I am, to Colorado, where Omashar is, and out to everyone who is watching and listening. Namaste. And let us prepare for a very sacred Sunday, a very sacred transmission, which is preparing us as we enter a new time, a new chapter of our lives. I invite us all to close our eyes and take a deep breath and breathe at your own pace with consciousness, bringing your full awareness to your breath. And on every inhale, going deeper into yourself. And on every exhale, releasing any thoughts, any energies that no longer serve you. Inhale, coming deeper into our true self. Exhale, releasing that which doesn't serve me. Inhaling deeper as we align our personality, our human self, with higher self. Exhale, releasing all that no longer serves me. Inhale, coming into alignment. Exhale, releasing all else. And as you continue to breathe, I invite you to take in this mantra that'll help us to prepare for the incredible transmission that Shri and Kira are about to provide. My will and thy will are one. Always thy will be done. My will and thy will are one. Always thy will be done. My will and thy will are one. always thy will be done. Namaste.
You'll never walk this way again. Lay down all your guards. Your loving hearts will lead the way. The door is open. The wonderful and the new is waiting patiently. Take the step and you will see all you've been dreaming. Now is the time you've been waiting for so long. I've been holding you through all ages, knowing I'd be with you once again. You'll never be alone again. Please take my hand in yours. I love you just the way you are. You're my creation. The wonderful and the new is waiting patiently. And take the step and you will see all you've been dreaming. Now is the time you've been waiting for so long. I've been holding you through all ages, knowing I'd be with you once again. Now is the time you've been waiting for so long. I've been holding you through all ages, knowing I'd be with you once again.
I think we should all just take in a deeper breath and really receive the blessing of what we have just been so honored to witness. As the two of you were sharing, I was floating through this potentiality, and you took us right through in the energy of this Ascension Renaissance. Omashar, I was just in the tombs in Egypt. I heard you singing in there. I heard the codes, the reason we're all going in June. And you're beautiful. I didn't want to write it down because I wanted to remember in my heart always what you shared, Scott, because it was so beautiful. And it was so truly magical. So Shri and I both are just so honored.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing everyone in this moment into exactly the energy. We are so grateful. And if you would both please, I mean, Omashar, as you were singing, I was like, we're beaming out here to our whole valley. I was like, I need bigger speakers. And
Yes.
as you were offering that invocation, Scott, I thought, my gosh, what a blessing. So how do people get more of the two of you? Please, before we move forward in this moment, help everyone find more of you, including your show coming up very quickly here.
Well, beautiful. Thank you. You can find Omashar and I every Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday morning. We do 3 shows every weekend under the banner of the Awakening World. And people can just go to globalpeacetribe.com, get all the information. They can register and they'll get everything that they need. And we would love to have your audience joining us just as we love joining you. And I am absolutely imagining a trip to Ecuador in the spring. We just had our first Global Peace Tribe retreat here in Sedona, and it was a huge success. People came from all over, and I'm thinking, okay, let's do San Diego in February, and let's do Ecuador sometime in the spring before you go to Egypt.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Be a
We're
blessing,
here,
yeah.
right? Always remember that March equinox, big time here as well.
That's a good idea.
Kanyari
Okay.
will be here for that. Always, all the indigenous come together then. So something to think about.
Yes,
All right, Omashar, is there a place where I can get albums of your
Yeah,
music?
just go to Omashar Bandcamp. Omashar.bandcamp.com we'll get it. Yeah.
All right, omashar.bandcamp.com.
Thank you
Beautiful.
so much.
All right, thank
Well,
you both.
we are so grateful for your presence and your willingness to take action as your heart guides. I respect that,
Such
and
a
I know
gift.
it's a gift for all.
It truly
Thank
is.
you, Shri. Thank you, Kira. Namaste.
We love you so much.
looking
Namaste.
forward to your transmission.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are grateful. Many blessings. And so everyone, thank you for being here. And if you are over there at YouTube right now, I know that we're broadcasting out to a lot of wonderful channels today, but Shri and I, at the end of our 20-minute broadcast here, we're going to be receiving your questions as we always do. That'll be kind of a bonus time. So any of you that have those questions, make sure you get them into YouTube early today so that Jess can get them back to us. And in this moment, we want to invite you to really bring a hand to your heart, because setting the stage into this moment of conscious experience is really about what's behind us. And I really want you to take a moment here. I'm going to move up a little bit so you can really look at the pyramid of peace. Oh, there it is. I want you to really see it. And all the way up there at the top, is a little crystal pyramid energized at our other pyramid in Russia that brought the two together with the Avesa symbol. And something happened this week that was quite extraordinary. And that is down at the base in the first level, the Bahareke went on. And the Bahareke was the feminine principle. Remember that we just came out of this week where we had this stunning solar eclipse, this incredible solar energy in the moment of that illuminated new moon. It was that ultimate moment of the Ascension Renaissance calling in that boom, balance of the masculine and the feminine. And it was no accident that this happened to be the week that the feminine womb center of the pyramid was applied, that the Bahareke came on. This past week, many people felt out of balance because the balance of the balance is imbalancing itself until we accept that which I am as you are. In this moment, the rebalancing is here, and it's going to expand much more. And we're going to begin by talking about why the pyramid is such a big piece of this Ascension Renaissance moment as we move forward. So I'm going to let my beloved explain that.
Sure. You know, as you take in this beautiful view that is right here behind us, it's important to recognize that the pyramid is truly a tangible manifestation of the law of instantaneous manifestation.
99 days from thought to built.
And this is a 7-story tall building. And I have a couple of photos I'm going to share.
Guinness
with you.
record holder, tallest bamboo pyramid in the world.
So as we gaze at that, what I experience, and I invite you to try this on, is a tangible manifestation of the I am. That this is indeed the ascended frequency in form, here blessing this valley in Ecuador and transmitting that energy around the equator of the world. I have a couple photos I want to show you. Let me get into the share.
And as he does this, we encourage you to stay in the energy of our opening experience with Scott and Omashar, to feel that invocation, feel the energy of the song. And look at this. This is the mayor's little dog. Yeah, this was the mayor came with his entire family. And this is the mayor's dog. Yes.
So this little cutie is standing on one of our labyrinths over the Triple Goddess Lakes.
Yeah,
But I
this
wanted
is the DNA labyrinth.
I wanted
Yeah.
to begin with that smile
Yeah.
because there's a preciousness.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
anytime we
Luxury,
lift,
keep surprised.
when we lift into the ascended frequencies, we
Yes.
never lose touch with that which is essential,
Yeah.
and that is the preciousness of all.
Oh, so true.
So here is a
The
good.
Bahareke.
This just got finished this week. If you look at the walls here, that is mud, and it's a very beautiful mud that comes from the mountains of Ecuador. They sift it, and it is
It's
very.
so beautiful, the process. They call it terra porta because it's a very special dirt that they gather from the high mountains. They bring a natural fiber here. They're mixing these big pots of the mud and the singing when they apply it. And what you're really not seeing here, because of the aspect ratio, how tall is that? That's really like what? That's like almost
Oh,
10 feet.
that's 10 feet.
Right. That's 10 feet tall you're staring at there, guys, just
Yeah.
to give you an aspect ratio.
There's another photo coming that'll help you.
There you
see
go. I
that.
love this picture. Oh my gosh.
So you can get
Gives you
an
an idea
idea.
of how massive, right?
You're right. So we have our center pyramid as a placeholder for a bigger one that'll be constructed later. And you see the bahareke and the bamboo. And so we have truly the interaction of the feminine and the masculine reaching up to the cosmos.
And Shri, I wanted to point out Maria there.
Yes.
You know, one of the things many people are very happy when they see that we have a virgin here, a virgin of, and so it really is a beautiful blessing to have all of these energies coming together. And peeking in the door at the top there, that's also the Ecuadorian flag, because this was the first pyramid, the first country to say, yes, we welcome peace. We welcome this.
We had a lot of positive support.
By a lot of the local governments were extremely supportive. And what you're staring at in the middle there, by the way, that is the pyramid for your backyard. And we have that available as well to start bringing that energy. Let's get 1,200 of these around the world. Wow, Shri, you did that's standing in the middle, guys, looking straight up.
Looking straight up, and you see the portal of light at the very tip. That is the focal point.
Yes.
That is radiating this emanation of.
I'm having to just adjust into that. Wow.
Yeah, it's radiating just about 620 on Hawkins scale up there at the tip, sending that beam around the planet. And just to remind you about that, here's the scales of consciousness. And one of the things I want to point out is that anytime we are in the presence of uplifting energy, we respond. When people express kindness to each other, there is a response. When we smile at a stranger, there is a response. When we radiate love, gratitude, joy, or peace energy, there is a response. It is our nature. And so rather than focus on what is missing in our world, I am inviting us in this moment to take in a breath and notice what is here now. The love. And in feeling the love, the gratitude arises naturally. And in being conscious of the gratitude, we cannot help but smile. Joy is our birthright when we anchor in the ascended heart. And from that place, our presence radiates peace. And if you look at the very top of this logarithmic scale, love is the foundation, gratitude is the consciousness, joy is the emanation, and peace is the result. Taking a breath one more time with me as we are enjoying this recognition, and just think along. I am the commanding, governing presence, moving everywhere before me during the day, commanding perfect peace and harmony in all activity. I'm going to say that one more time. Breathe it in. Let this be your truth at this moment. I am the commanding, governing presence, moving everywhere before me during the day, commanding perfect peace and harmony in all activity. So it is.
So it is. And so breathing in the blessing of the I am presence, I would like to celebrate that for all of you that were live with us through all of the up-level I am experiences, for all of you that were rescuing I am books with us, all the original prints, our museum display is complete. They are in their permanent home. They are all in display here at Tosa Blue Mountain. And when you come into the museum, you see one of the most beautiful collections of original I am books that are left, each permanently protected. So thank you. Thank you all for sending in those books and for supporting that project and for where it has taken us, because where it has taken us now is to the moment of the Ascension Renaissance. And it's so important. There's three things to remember here. And the first one is that we are in the moment of the cycle of ascended presence, taking all of humanity into choice. Remember that in the eternal cycle of that which I am as you are, in all of the infinite potentialities that have called us into the presence of this moment now, you are finally aware of what you are aware of in a moment of conscious choice. And as the eternal cycles are spinning, and as we are coming forward into this Ascension Renaissance, many of you, if you're over 60, as Shri and I are, in that moment, we know why this Renaissance is here. It's because we did not accomplish our goal. It's because there was just a little too much ego. There was just a little too much of the old ways sewn into it. And in 2010, when Shri and I left the United States to start this 12-year journey of living among the indigenous, we knew either it would come around or it wouldn't. And it did in this potentiality. And so all of the seeds that you sowed, all of your dreams, all of your visions, everything, it's just the most, do you get the miracle of this? Every outlet in the world should be singing its praises. But believe me, there's a lot of beings that don't want you to know that exists, because that shows that we are doing it, that the Ascension Renaissance is here. And the first thing I want to remind you of is ancient Thebes. I want to bring you there. So ancient Thebes, many of you know it as Luxor. The first thing you'll notice is what? Egyptian healing rods. Okay. The next thing that's important to remember is, and this is why I wanted to show you this, this Thebes facing the Nile, and you see right here, I have it as it's looking out. It's the cosmic home of the Wheel of Time. Now, I just showed you the awareness experience choice of this potentiality. And this is why it's so important, my loves. It's about not fearing what's ahead, but it's about not putting your head in the sand either. It's about knowing that right now, November 1, January 1 and June 1 are the key tipping points for humanity. And why is that? It is because we have entered back into the cosmic experience of all that I am. And it brings us right now to November. And I just want to share with you very quickly on November, because we really want to just offer this to you as a glimmer. And then we're going to be spending all month unpacking this. November is all about the foundation of clarity is trust. You want to be clear? You want to have the most amazing life? I mean, the law, 99 days, guys, and a couple $100,000 later that we're not just hanging out, that baby happened. And so that's the law of instantaneous manifestation. That is the gift. Your very mastery presence is the foundation of clarity, and it's all about trusting choice. You see what this month is all about? It's the ascended conscious energy of choice. The ascended conscious energy of choice, and making those choices free from the planetary thought body that's telling you that what you know is more is not true. And as you gaze at this month, what is so extraordinary is coming right up again. Look at the 7th and the 8th, and especially in a world where all this clarity is coming, the lunar eclipse is a 2-day worldwide event on the 7th, and it's with that full clarity moon of the 8th. Humanity is getting ready to brace a storm that is about STORM, seeing the oneness and reclaiming mastery. See the oneness, reclaim mastery. See the oneness, reclaim mastery. If I could tattoo this on me, I probably would. God knows I've tattooed everything else at this point. See the oneness, reclaim mastery. 2023 is a storm, but you are the eye. We are, right? I am here as the sea of neutrality. All have the right to be. And standing in the ocean, firmly balanced on any oceanic experience, is the knowing, is the trust, is the remembering, is the total embodiment while in form of the divine mastery presence, able to sustain the 7th dimensional frequencies of forgive them, they know not what they do. Love them, they know not what they do. To hold the smile that nothing's personal, that polarization will take you into a depth of density consciousness, that the self of the first chakra of the traditional body will sink right back into the fear. Am I safe? Am I safe to even be? Remember that when people are afraid, they will give away their power. But when they are terrified, they will give away their soul. You are the I. You are the I. You are the illuminated presence. I am as you are. And I want to show you one more thing and then offer a final moment of knowing for this month. You're staring at the sacred sequence of incarnation for November, right? This is the ancient system of the Magi. In the totality of the ancient system of the Magi, we work with the 13 because the 1 plus the 3 is the 4, which is perfect balance again, is it not? And if you look at the months ahead, and I'm saying months because November and December are actually almost going to be mirrors this year. But I want you to look at the 7 itself. It's a prime. November is a 7 prime moment. The prime is the call to you. The prime is the call to the cosmic beings that were here at the seeding. You're being called to remember the nirvana this planet is, to look, open your eyes more and say, yes, we're going to make sure that we help her remember herself as we remember who we are as I am. And if you gaze at what's going on this month, I want you to look at your beautiful physical body of form that's sustaining your highest presence. Look at your chakras and look at that number 4 beingness, because this entire month is all about your beingness. It's all about you. It's about you saying, you know what? I'm tired of playing the games. I'm tired of the politics. I'm tired of what people tell me it needs to be. What I know is right is how the action will happen. What I know in my heart is what this planet is calling for, is how each day I will breathe. And it brings us to the greater energy ahead, which when we go through November at the end of the day, November 1, coming up this week, November 1, 2023 is the 10 in the ascended numerological experience in the ancient Magi. And in that, it is about the 1 as the active infinite presence, trusting, clarity through your trust. This November 1 is saying, hey, are you ready to be, receive, do, and know yourself as the law of instantaneous manifestation? You've got living proof on the planet. We sent out a radar that said it's real. You can do this, right? Tap into it. But here's what's so extraordinary. By knowing that, by tapping into this, by being aware of the choice, by being aware of the experience of every single moment, you become the power. You become the power of all activity and the manifest energy. How beautiful is that? And that's what's going to carry us through to January 1. And why is January 1 so extraordinary this year? Because January 1, 2023 is another 7 prime. The cosmic energy of that which I am is being called to us. And it's okay, sweetheart. Kyla, they can talk. We're open to the public if you hear some children. And so as we are coming forward, as humanity is coming forward in January 1, 2023 is a 7 prime. Again, it is the harmony of the master of service, about the transformation of our lives into the service of I am. And this is why the 7 days of rest must be. The 7 days of rest prepare us to be part of the storm. And what's coming forward, we're going to talk a lot more about the 7 days of rest. We're going to introduce you to Shelley and Jan and the blessing that we've been invited to really help shepherd these 7 days. The 7 days of rest matter. So put that on your calendar. And then June 1, and we're just going to play a 2-minute film because you need to see this film, because June 1 started a year and a half ago when we first visited the Valley of the Kings, when we first discovered it. And we want to share that 2 minutes with you now, and then we're going to bring it back and bring us all together. And since our beautiful Scott and Omashar are here, the 4 of us will say a nice culmination. So we're going to offer you this quick film and then come right back.
All right, here
There we
we
go.
go.
From the temple right up there, and you can see, look at, because whatever happened here, whatever the story is, whatever the codes are that have called us here and have ignited this Valley of the Kings, holds a secret, and we're exploring more of it. But the keys to that secret we have to go claim, and they're sitting in the Valley of the Kings. So if your heart's calling, come join. That the alligator in the throne room in the Valley of the Kings will guide the way to that which we seek. What's so important to remember right now is that all of the ascension codes are being revealed. And that what happened in ancient Egypt during the pharaonic phase is more staggering, more revelatory, and more cosmic. This is waiting for us in the Valley of the Kings. It is buried somewhere. It's also got something's happening over at Tel Amarna and also at Saqqara. We're going to be walking into the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx on the full moon of June. And we will be back here for the 21st. And this moment of the unified field of the remembrance of what we did and how we got there is what matters. We know they're waiting there. Those of you that are ready to seriously do this outside of a tour, this is we are going to collect these codes on a moment of divine remembrance. Feel the Valley of the Kings. So as you bring a hand to your heart, it brings us to June 1. June 1, 2023. The reason I have not put out the calendar yet is because I can't see beyond June. And so I'm going to put out a half-year calendar, and hopefully by June, I'll put out the rest of 2023. But that's how important these 3 dates are. This week, November 1, that moment of trusting clarity, of saying yes and saying, you know what? I am here as the sea of neutrality. I cannot be distracted. I am as you are. The harmony of humility. In the harmony of humility, we carry the transcendent smile of the law of instantaneous manifestation, knowing that, of course, the world around us is having its experience. That's why in this moment, you have been gifted with the eyes of the illuminated. And so when we arrive in Egypt, and I have had to literally tattoo my arms with all of the sacred symbols so I can make sure they're all there. June 1 is the 5' eternal life recognition. In 1999, I was told by a channel in Miami by the name of Gore. I didn't even know what channeling was. I had no idea what it was. It was the most profound, one of the most profound things in my life that ever happened to me. But I will never forget when he said something, and he said, you know how to enter the Sphinx and you know the codes. And I had no idea what he meant, but I do now. And this will be our 2nd time there. And the last time we were there, we knew that we would have to wait. And so after we are there on June 1 in that 5', this is why we'll be going to the Valley of the Kings. And then from the Valley of the Kings, we are doing something that is never done. We are on the back roads and we are heading out full on into Tel Amarna. And this is the moment of the flowing cosmos of service and action. the moment ahead, the November moment, everything is going to challenge you. Everything is going to come in front of you. And what's important this month for you is to remember that as the infinite divine master you are, as I am, you are the eye of the storm, because you see the oneness, you reclaim the mastery. And so may the storm of 2023, and we're going to decode this with every one of our Monday masteries. We're going to keep decoding this with every one of our shows on Sundays. Your moment is now. And of that moment, I'd love to bring Scott back in. I don't know if Omashar had to go, but Scott, thank you for being here with us. And there is Omashar. How wonderful. I'm so happy to know you're here. Thank you, my love. We would like to just say to everyone, and to thank the two of you again, in this moment, the Ascension Renaissance is saying the dark ages don't have to be here. A Renaissance is before us.
Yes.
Dark ages, Renaissance. I don't know about you guys, but I think I'll go hang with the Medicis for a while. So, right? And so we would love some words of wisdom or just a beautiful little closing from the two of you, each of you, if you would like.
Thank you for your incredible commitment to seeing and embodying what's possible. And in this time of so much external chaos and so much media that feeds us the chaos and the craziness, it is so important to have people such as yourselves that are showing the other side. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Like you said, there is dark ages or there's Renaissance. There's chaos or there's awakening. And thank you for helping to shine the light on awakening.
Thank you. I look at you as such a steadfast beacon. I look at you as a reflection for Sri and I. And it's like, I'm so glad we hung out.
Yeah.
Right?
Looking forward to meeting you in person, hopefully in the spring.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to happen. Thank you.
Namaste, everybody. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you. Sri?
Beloved ones, as we come to a close for this moment in this way, know that we are connected. And that as we breathe in to our hearts, we recognize that all is truly well.
I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. So it is.
So it is.